Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jerry Sansing with another edition of What's Going On in Corpus Christi. My producer, Janelle Bennett. This is June 23rd, 2019. Beautiful Sunday. There are the air times, and I'll give you the station numbers and so forth for public access, which these are aired on. Okay, and then we're on two different stations now, but that's all right. I will explain that. What I'm going to try to do this evening is explain why I'm so upset with a number of public institutions around here, taxpayer-supported institutions. Number one is Del Mar College. I am a professor there. I'm also very concerned from a taxpayer's point of view because I am the president of the Corpus Christi Taxpayers Association. And we meet the first Saturday of every month at 2 o'clock at the Small Planet Delicatessen, and I think the Staples and Saratoga. Anyway, you've got my email at the bottom. It's gsansing@gmail.com. If you need to contact me about times for taxpayers, anything to do with Del Mar College. I am also a full professor at Del Mar, much to their dismay over there, and I will be back in just a couple of minutes to express my total angst with a totally bloated and non-caring administration. Anyway, I will be right back. Okay, I'm going to show this little disgusting photograph one more time, but I think it exemplifies the elected officials and all the Taxpayers Association supported stuff around here. Not the association, but all of you fine taxpayers out there. And it just burns us up as a group with all the shenanigans that go on and you're taken advantage of. And I'm going to tell you one of the reasons is you won't get out and vote. You won't figure out who's who. But anyway, there's the taxing entities there. That's Del Mar, the city, county, CCISD, and so forth and so on, and other entities around here that are taking relieving themselves in a taxpayer's bag, okay? Because taxpayers are the ones that get stuck holding the bag around here, and I think that exemplifies that, even as disgusting as you may find that. I find it disgusting, and I've been around the biology disciplines for a long time, but that's still, you know. But anyway, I think it tells it the way I feel about it, and I hope you can sympathize with me. Lights are on, and the camera's rolling. I'm going to go take my place, and we'll have a chat about a few what I think are important taxpayers' issues around town, and what I would suggest that we do as a group. Now, the What's Going On show, or What's Going On in Corpus Christi Taxpayers show, airs Monday evenings between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. And this is on public access channel 10 if you've got Grande. It's on channel 1303 if you have Spectrum, and channel 99 on AT&T if those are your public access and cable companies. Okay? And then again Wednesday evening at 8:30 to 9 p.m. Now on channel 18 on Grande, and channel 1304 on Spectrum, and channel 99 again on AT&T, this show airs on Monday at 10:30 to 11 a.m. and then Wednesday at 11:30 to 12 noon. Okay? So those are your choices. We've doubled a number of times that we can air these things because channel 18 became available, and the city did the right thing for a change with that. Now I'm going to tell you that these roses are dedicated to my mother. She's gone for many years. My deceased wife, Miss Lynn, and on April 23, even though this is June the 23rd. But anyway, I won't belabor that one, okay? And then we have also, in addition to holding the bag picture with my pachyderm buddy there, I've used this one for a long time. This is one of the local politicians that are elected officials here for your City Council, Del Mar College Board, CCISD, County Commissioners, and I could go on and on and on with that, okay? But there's old Pinocchio. I think if most of you should know that story at Disney. Many years ago, Pinocchio was a wooden puppet, and he wanted to become a living being, and he wasn't supposed to lie, but when he did as a puppet, then his nose would grow, okay? And there's Jiminy Cricket giving him unmitigated hell for doing that. So you can watch the movie and see how that came out, okay? Now, we have a new program at Del Mar College, which I was alerted to just within a couple of days here. And this was published on June the 20th. Today's the 23rd. That's the reason I was only alerted a day or so ago. But it's a publication from the Viking News, delmarcollege.edu. Del Mar College harnesses the power of such and such and such. Well, the article published by Del Mar College says that Del Mar College harnesses the power of technology to deliver dreams with campus management. Okay? Now, I was horrified many years ago when we went from what's your dream, dreams delivered to what's your dream, okay? And if you look up what's your dream online, and I didn't do this, this was reported to me by a lot of faculty and staff members and students and so forth, community members. But if you went online at that time, there were a little over 60 porno sites that came up if you Google that on the internet. Okay, dreams, or what's your dream? Okay, you can imagine. Now, I never needed to watch that stuff. Never had a desire to do it, folks. But anyway, you know, that's what we've got around here as far as administration at Del Mar College. Okay. And then I'm sitting here looking at a picture of Del Mar College with our president sitting below it. It's a big banner behind him. He's shaking hands with some guy that sold us this mess. Okay, and so this was out by Campus Management Corp. And it says, dreams delivered under there. So I guess they haven't learned their lesson yet. Okay. Now, Campus Management and Del Mar College today announced a partnership to support growing need for a highly skilled workforce in the Gulf Coast region of Texas, and to ensure greater access to higher education, training, and career opportunities for all students by leveraging modern technology. Okay? And I don't know how much that costs us. Yeah, well, us means us taxpayers, folks. Del Mar College is totally and completely supported by taxpayers' money at the state level and at the Del Mar College level, the district, and then we've got some grants and stuff coming in from the federal government. So it's all tax money, okay? Which that means me and thee, okay, big time. Then it says, Del Mar College, located in Corpus Christi, continues to experience one of the highest enrollment growth rates in the state of Texas. Now, all I can say to that and try to clean it up is bovine excrement, folks. Okay? And I'll tell you why in a second. Now, it goes on, maintaining high quality, affordability, access, and excellence in student services were key factors in selecting the campus management full site of Campus Nexus, registered trademark, okay, or it's a trademark, okay. Solutions. Now, where are the numbers? I have been studying the numbers for at least 10 years on this wild expansion, and we're just bursting at the seams with enrollment increases and so forth. And, you know, I'm a bit of a dummy when it comes to crunching numbers. I did, with my background in scientific research and earning a bachelor's degree in chemistry and biology with a minor in physics, okay? And then I earned my master's degree in biochemistry and microbiology, and the same at the PhD level. Okay. Then I went on postdoc. I was awarded a National Academy of Sciences postdoc, and I went to one of the best research labs for microbial products. Is where penicillin was started to be worked out and was finished starting in about 1938 in Peoria, Illinois. And the place is still open today. They're one of the leading research institutions for both antibiotics and for microbial toxins, particularly the fungal toxins, which I'm not supposed to know anything about around here. Okay? Right, Delmar? Okay. Now, because the state couldn't figure out when they asked me to send in my resume and my transcripts, and they would evaluate that and see if my PhD and master's degree in microbial biochemistry with extensive research in microbial toxins, particularly fungal toxins, those are molds, okay, was equivalent to a bachelor's degree in biology. So I hung up on that moron up there at the state with that one, okay. Anyway, it's incredible, you know, how uppity people want to get, you know. I don't go by Dr. Sansing, okay? Just my students to show respect for all PhDs. Some people go by their first name, but those are the privileged few, okay? Okay, so I had math through differential equations, and then I took a graduate math course in statistics. So I have analyzed this tripe about, you know, we're growing at this high rate of enrollment growth, and the highest enrollment rate in the state of Texas, one of the highest, okay? And that's not saying much these days, all right? Now, I will, through the Texas Public Information Act request, ask for verification of this statement and the persons making such bogus statements, and I ask them why they're doing it. I know why. They just want to make you think that they're doing such a marvelous job over here. Okay. Now, to further that, they've got more bovine excrement in here, and I'm just going to read it real quick because I need to talk about the treatment of faculty members by certain administrators, or all administrators, it seems like, at Delmar College, including yours truly. But there have been some real tragedies over there, folks. And faculty members are about as low on the totem pole as you can get. And I'm going to explain that with 3 fine women that have been severely abused by Delmar College. Okay, the full suite of Campus Next solutions includes Campus Nexus Student Tech, and it goes on with all of this stuff, built on Microsoft technology. Campus Nexus solutions are modern, flexible, and configurable. The platform's cloud capabilities and securities exceed top industry standards. We can't keep our computers going over there half the time, folks, but, you know, and I feel sorry for those people over there in informational technology that have to go take these antiquated systems and try to keep them running. And they're working their fannies off. My hat's off to all of you fine folks. Delmar College is pleased to be the first community college in Texas to implement the Campus Nexus platform, and it goes on and on, okay? Now what it does is it allows them to interact with students, and then therefore it's easier for students to slander and libel faculty members and get anything that their little hearts desire. And that's coming up big time in a minute with those 3 ladies, okay? And yours truly. All right, Delmar College students and administrators know best. Faculty is stupid. That's the bottom line. This administration thinks that all of us are so stupid we can't get out of the bed because I don't hold a PhD degree in community college administration. I've just been teaching for 30 years after I retired from the pharmaceutical research business. And let's see what it says here. Where does it go? In addition, Campus Nexus engage in first constituent relationship management system for our institution will provide valuable insights about our students, allowing Delmar College to foster stronger and more personal relationships with prospective and current students as well as with alumni. Okay? And all we need alumni for is to bleed them for money for this foundation over here. And I won't get into the the foundation they've got going over there, Del Mar College Foundation. Okay. So, you know, and then if you really want to know who succeeds at Del Mar College as far as faculty members go, they are the privileged ones. And I shouldn't say this because it's going to offend someone, but I've offended people before, okay? I've concerned a lot of people around the world. But anyway, I have always, and my father asked me this one time when he came home as a very highly decorated fighter pilot, and he had a whole wing that he had under his wing, so to speak. And my mother said, "What's the matter?" And he said, "Can you tell me the difference between a butt kisser and a brown noser?" Okay? And this happens frequently at Del Mar College. And my mother said, "Now, Sandy, what are you talking about?" And he said, "Just remember that the difference between a butt kisser and a brown noser is depth perception." Okay, I'll let you figure that out there, folks. Okay? Now, and then it's down here, it goes down through some more tripe and so forth, and so initiative dashboards with real-time data and analytics embedded that empowers users to connect with constituents in a direct and meaningful way. More bovine excrement, folks. Okay, we are honored to be a partner in Del Mar's digital transformation. We are committed to providing innovative solutions that enable institutions to leverage data and analytics in a more meaningful and impactful way, which ultimately translates into greater outcomes for every student, says Campus Management Chief Executive Officer Jim Milton. And then they've got this last wind up here, Campus Management is a leading provider of cloud-based. Okay? Now, why do we need all of this completely bloated administration with all these high-priced administrators making a hell of a lot more than a senior faculty member does in the course of a year? If this is such an ideal system, why can't we just get one person to run it, and then we don't need high-paid, well into six-figure administrators over there. Okay? All right, now I'm going to get into what I started to do. Okay? Now I'm going to tell you fine taxpayers out there that it is my learned experience and known entities in here and known facts about Del Mar College that we are bloated into oblivion. Okay, we don't need so many deans, vice presidents, and department chairs, and the rest of this garbage over here. Okay, we've got more deans and directors and VPIs and stuff than we've got students. It seems like. Okay, and they all get together and say, "How can we get rid of tenured faculty members?" Because we're in a money crunch, and I'll discuss that at another time. Okay. But what they do is they go after faculty members when students complain. Okay? Now, one of the biggest tragedies that ever happened at Del Mar College was Janelle Bennett, Dr. Bennett, PhD nursing instructor, one of the best. And you can go around town and ask 99.9% of the nurses around here and other people that are in the medical business how great an instructor she was. She had 3 whiny, little snot-nosed students that went after her because she was too tough in her clinical teaching sessions. Okay? Now, then it was also exposed that some of the grades over there with the nursing students were changed, much without the approval of the instructor of record. Okay? The same thing that took down the president of Coastal Bend College here lately in her attempt to make it look good and cost the college about $260 some odd thousand they had to repay to the state because of their annex up there changing grades. And they fired one of the best PhD nursing instructors up there too. I witnessed that one, folks. Okay. I guess I better not mention her name. I don't want to embarrass her. But I guess the sweet justice is now divine intervention and paybacks is that lousy president up there, Beatrice, is gone now, and some of her family members. Nepotism ran rampant up there. Anyway, the whiny student started slandering and libeling Dr. Bennett. She said that she was not going to put up with that, and she was going to file a lawsuit. And then all of a sudden, Del Mar College says that's illegal, you can't do that. So they went through a 6-day dismissal hearing, which was one of the most blatant set of lies and so forth, a kangaroo court that I've ever seen in my life. So she did negotiate with them, I guess, and I'm not going to ask how much money it cost Del Mar College for that, plus the attorney fees to have this little these attorneys come down and then hire some attorneys out of Austin, Texas, which we're still spending hundreds of thousands of dollars a year with, okay, to do that. Now, then I'll back up in a minute, but these are student complaints, okay? So whiny students get away with everything. Now we have I'm not going to mention the name, we have a person, PhD psychologist, who teaches a lot of online, I'm sorry, my eyes itch, okay? And she does one hell of a fine job of it, from what I can tell from students and so forth around town. And online, you have to go in and learn how to get into the computers and take tests and get your notes and so forth and so on. Now, what happened was there were a couple of students that went over and complained that they couldn't get into that system. Now, that's not because she didn't put it out in great detail on how to do that. So here we have several students, 3, 4, 5 maybe, that go and complain. Now what happens when that goes on is she also found out she was up for promotion to full professor at Del Mar College and deserved it. Okay? Truly deserved it. Now what happened was her department chair was jerking around, okay, and did not give her annual evaluations in a timely manner. She had to go and ask him for that, and I guess her perception of his reaction was he was rather perturbed at times with that. So what he did was the dean got a hold of some of that, and she decided, along with the vice president of instruction, that they were not going to approve her promotion. So she had to try to get the information. She was not privy to be given that in a timely manner. All of the board policies and college policies that are in play to make sure that she was able to go ahead and not protest it, but she filed a anyway, she wanted to hear the thing. She objected to that lack of being promoted. Okay, I'll think of the term in just a minute. But anyway, so she had full right to do that. She was delayed at all of the terms. The administration through the faculty council had not picked a committee that would hear that, appeals committee, okay, the promotion appeals committee. So they had to do that at the last moment, and then right before, at 5 o'clock, it was 4:50 something, the day before that committee was going to meet in public. It was her right to have that as a open meeting, public meeting, okay, and the president emailed apparently the people that are on the committee and said that we've gone ahead and approved her promotion, so we don't need to have this appeals. Now the problem with that was she had, since she was being delayed and delayed and delayed, and I can't say it on the air, folks. Okay, she was messed around big time. Her recourse was to hire an attorney to go in and see if she could get that appeal done. Okay, so she had to spend money with an attorney that finally got the thing done. Okay, that was a public meeting. I was in attendance, and I think that the committee said she deserved the promotion, which the president had already done. Now that brings up the fact that she has some very derogatory statements being made about her in her personnel file, which could impede her for, raises and so forth and so on. And then we have the fact that I think the college, personally, ought to pay her back and cover her legal fees. And I guess that's under legal review by our esteemed general counsel over there, who I have absolutely no faith in whatsoever. Okay, I've tried to deal with the man before. It's impossible to do that. And, he is responsible for screwing up an awful lot of stuff at Del Mar College. Not only that, but costing you taxpayers out there hundreds of thousands of dollars in lawsuits. Okay? And then we have a person out of the business department who was sitting in class, and one of the students got irate. This person is a female. It was a female student that started writing all kinds of things online as she sat in the class, using the F word and a lot of other things to try to endear herself to that particular professor. Okay? And then we've got a couple of non-faculty individuals over there that are being hassled and so forth and so on. And then we finally wound up with Dr. Bruce Olson. Okay? He was the head of the Social Sciences Department, retired Army Colonel, Airborne Ranger, Special Forces, and they went after him because he filed a whistleblower complaint. And 6 years later, the school paid him $780,000 plus. There were attorney's fees involved in that, and there were a lot of court costs and so forth and so on. Even though they lost the court case the first time in the 13th Court of Appeals, and then the Texas Supreme Court said give him the information he's asking for and so forth and so on. So, if that cost any less than $1.5 million, maybe $2 million by the time it was over with, I'd be surprised, and that's because of ego over there. And, we've got this attorney that says that we need to have a legal read on anything, including, I guess, the purchase of toilet paper. It's unbelievable. And then we also, folks, okay, I want you to go read an article. You can pull it up. It's in this thing. It's about the city water department. I had not seen this publication before. It's called the Coastal Bend Magazine. Their email is thecoastalbend.com, and it's all in capital letters here. But go in and read this about the amount of money that's been squandered and all the shenanigans going on with our water department here in Corpus Christi, Texas. I mean, it just leaves you wide-mouthed. And it's on page 44 of the Coastal Bend magazine, and this is a spring 2019 version. Okay, so go in and read that. Okay, and I'm asking under Public Information Act request for a lot of things, where I filed a Public Information Act request in October 18th, 2018, and we now have Del Mar College has sued the Texas Attorney General for withholding that information. They want them to withhold it, and they've appealed the court's ruling up there, the 201st in Austin, several times, and they said give it to him. Okay, so we've spent well over $60,000 for them to appeal, and I think the fourth appeal is up and viable at this moment. Okay, so all I can say is if you want more information about any of this, then you can go ahead and email me at gsansing@gmail.com, and I'll be glad to give you more information about the horrors over there with that administration that's blatantly and erroneously picking on the faculty members over there, and it seems like it's mostly females. And I'm going to probably file suit here soon for a student that libeled and slandered me, but that's, I can't get the results of the many investigations of me with that one. But I'm going to get to the bottom of it. So all I can do is wish the people well that are being bombarded with nothing but bovine excrement these days. Our psychologist professor and the business professor. And, I can stick up for myself. I don't get mad, I get even. So I've got about 10 seconds left here. I'm going to go ahead and turn this off and show you those beautiful roses. Enjoy those, ladies and gentlemen. They're absolutely gorgeous.